Application of the base layer. Step 1. Preparing the nail plate. Start with disinfecting your and the client's hands. Using a rosewood stick or a metal pusher, push the cuticles aside. Use a buffing block to prepare the nail plate. Each part of the natural nail should be buffed, especially the nail folds. Shape the nail with a 180 file. Dust off with a brush. Using a diamond or ceramic filing machine, clean the cuticle area. Carefully cut them off if needed. Remember not to use a cuticle softener. Once again, clean the dust off the nails. Repeat for the other nails. Step 2. Application of the first base layer. The dipping system manicure can never be applied on the whole nail plate at once. Each layer must be applied gradually in order to properly build the nail apex. The first layer is always applied around the middle of the natural nail plate, with its shape slightly expanding to the sides, but never actually touching them. Leave a 1 to 2 mm gap from the side edges. After applying LART Supreme, dip the nails in powder. Always start the LART Supreme application from the middle of the nail. Then spread it further to the sides from that same place. Repeat the brush strokes to spread the product evenly. Dip the nail in powder at a 90-degree angle. Move it a little. Pull it out at the same angle. And finally, gently brush the dust off with a brush. Repeat for other nails. Step 3. Application of the second base layer. Apply the second layer higher, at around 3/4 of the height of the nail with wider strokes, until you get the free edge slant. Stay away from the nail folds, then apply LART Gel Supreme to the whole nail. Start spreading from the middle of the nail and from there broaden the layer towards the free edge. Wipe the brush with a lint-free pad from time to time. Repeat the strokes and dip the finger in powder just like you did before. Repeat for other nails and then gently wipe off the dust. The most common mistakes during base layer application. The most common mistake made during base layer application is applying the initial layers too widely. It happens when the product is spread too closely to the nail folds and creates the effect of our nail looking wider than it really is. It may also cause air bubbles to appear from the side of the folds. Another example is applying the layer too shallow, which may cause the movement of the apex towards the free edge. This might end with an aesthetically ugly looking nail shape and could cause the material to peel off from the side of the cuticles. The last example is applying the base layers too close to the cuticles. This results in too much product accumulating in the cuticle, which may cause peeling of the material. Additionally, the apex is moved towards the cuticles, resulting in material deficiency in the stress point. This in turn might cause the nail to break. Step 4. Application of the first layer of color. The following layers will be spread on the entire nail, so try to reach as close to the cuticles as possible with a brush, but without flooding them. If you cover the cuticles with the product, air bubbles may appear. If you don't have much experience, try leaving a small gap. Start spreading LART Gel Supreme over 3/4 of the nail. This is where most of the material usually goes. Then move the brush carefully towards the cuticles. You can gently press it against the nail plate, thus creating a small fan, allowing you to distribute the gel evenly around the cuticles. Repeat the stroke and dip the finger in the colored powder. Repeat for the other nails, then gently brush off the dust. Step 5. Application of the second layer of color. Apply the second layer of color just as you did the first one. If during the previous steps you notice areas where the first layer of color didn't stick, don't worry. At this stage you can still fix everything. LART Supreme colours are known for their opacity, so it won't even be visible that the colour wasn't there before. Step 6. Filing. While filing, it's best to visually divide the nail into 4 parts, just like in the picture. We start with the part marked 1. File the edges from top to bottom and gradually move to part number 2. File from right to left, moving from the side wall to the middle. Lastly, file parts 3 and 4 with up-down movements. Move the file parallel to the nail. Now you can see how the nail looks and how much filing it needs. Just as it was shown before, start filing from part 1. Smoothly moving towards the middle of the nail. Don't rush to part 2. The movement needs to be smooth. Similarly, start with part 2 from the side and then gradually, smoothly move towards the middle. Try not to use the file too intensely. There's not that much material to work with, so it doesn't require a lot of strength. Gently file parts 3 and 4 with up-down movement. Try not to create too much of an angle with the file, as it may damage the free edge. Smooth the nail with a buffing block, and then check the area around the cuticles and nail folds for imperfections. Gently adjust the shape if needed. Check if the nails have the same thickness along the free edge. It should be around 1 mm, roughly the same width as a credit card. Repeat for the other nails. Step 7. Wash and dry the client's hands and nails. Once you're done filing, ask your client to wash their hands with water, without soap, and to dry them thoroughly. Don't apply the top onto wet nails. Dry them off yourself if needed. Step 8. Application of LART Supreme Shine Formula. If the client's nails are properly dried, you can move on to applying the protective layer. Dip one of the lint-free pads in the LART Supreme Shine Formula and wipe the nails with it. Step 9. Application of the first protective layer. It is done in 2 steps. Try to apply the first layer of LART Gel Supreme as quickly as possible. You can leave a 1 mm gap from the cuticles, since this layer doesn't have to be too accurate. In the beginning, try to count the number of brush strokes during application. This will make your work much easier. Start in the middle when applying the first layer. Then the left side, right side, and gently move to the free edge. At this stage, make sure that there's no excess top on the upper part of the nail, as it might cause irregularities by the end of application. After applying the first layer, wipe the brush with a lint-free pad. Repeat for the other nails. Step 10. Application of the second protective layer. The second layer must be applied with more precision around the cuticles, but it should also be done quickly. Now you can use more strokes. Start in the middle, then move to one side, then to the other, and finally make 1 or 2 more strokes in the middle to even out the surface. Every now and then wipe the brush with a lint-free pad, just as you did during the first application. Repeat for the other nails. Wait about a minute and apply vitamin cuticle oil into the cuticle. While the second layer is drying, wipe the bottle with a cotton pad and acetone. But do not let the acetone get inside the bottle.